So today we find ourselves taking a break from league action and we have a cheeky cup final. Admittedly, it's not the Champions League final or the FA Cup final, not even the Community Shield final, the most important trophy in all of world football. It's not even the Carabao Cup final. It is the final of the English Football League trophy. But, to be fair, just to put a bit of flowers on it, Charlton did win this competition last season with their former manager, who royally stuffed up this season's league campaign. So I do feel like I've got a little bit of something to prove in this one. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part 5 of the MyCareer series here on Football Manager 2024, that we all hope was 25. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where it's going to be just the one game. It's going to be against Reading in the EFL Trophy Final. And if you're excited to see whether we can come away with the trophy and help Charlton to back-to-back trophies, then don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me, and do not forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so, and you'll keep up to date with all the nonsense that comes out of this space right here. I'm just going to adjust my microphone. A real professional would have done this before recording, but I'm anything other than a real professional. So, since you were last with us, I can't actually remember what the last game that we recorded was. I think, was it the double draws there? It might have been the double draws there. Possibly it might have been into March. I feel like it would have been March, actually, possibly. It might have been Burton and Stockport. I can't remember. Again, a real professional would have gone back and checked. But we are here today against Reading. So since the last time, roughly, that you would have been with us, it's been fine. Last two games are a bit of a, not concern. Concern's a strong way of putting it. But we did draw against Bristol Rovers. Admittedly, that was away from home, so that's always going to be a bit more of a struggle. The loss against Watford, bearing in mind Watford, you know, they are in 6th, so they're not exactly having a bad season, but at home, that was a little bit disappointing. A 69th minute winner for them. Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. Now, we have had a couple of issues recently. The biggest one is that we have currently lost Josh Phillips. He is currently injured, although he is going to be back in 4 days, so he'll be back for the final running of games, and hopefully for the playoffs as well. I say hopefully for the playoffs. I'm assuming we're going to make them. Of course, you never know. You never know with football, do you? But he is going to be out of the cup final, as is one of our defenders. Probably our best defender since we brought him in, Will Fish. He's out as well. But again, he'll be back for the late running of the season. So this is going to be the 11 that we're hoping is going to take us to an EFL trophy. However, we do have those two injuries. We also don't have our number one goalkeeper, Nicholas Schmidt. He is not available because he's cup tied, so we are having to do with Alex Cairns. Well, I say Alex Cairns. We could use Billy Crellin, who's technically a better goalkeeper, but I don't like that combination. And as it's a big game, I don't really want to risk it, if I'm being honest. I'd rather use a worse goalkeeper who doesn't hate big games. Cup final and all that. So this is the 11. It is Cairns in goal, Pereira, Wiradu, Mitchell and Eden in defence, Edmonds, Green, Coventry, Anderson and Bernat in the midfield, with Scully and Fuller up front. So we are starting Fuller as a striker. He's the only other striker that we've got. Still with the strikers on the bench, which is a bit of a problem. And we are also starting Wiradu and Mitchell as well, because I completely forgot about the fact that Watts is also cup tied as well. So Mitchell comes in for a rare start. Wiradu's only just come back from injury. What could possibly go wrong? Let's get into the game, shall we? And let's just see what chaos is going to happen here. Connor Coventry is officially going to be leaving at the end of the season. We had the opportunity to sign him to a new contract. It came up, but every single time he wanted at least one outrageous demand. There was one time I actually managed, his wage was like £10,000-12,000 a week. I was like, brilliant, that's exactly what I wanted. But he wanted a ridiculous promotion increase. And it's probably a mistake on my part. I should have given it to him, really. But I was like, no, we can get that down. Every time I tried to get it down, it didn't work. We ended up having a fallout with him, and he is now officially leaving at the end of the season, which is a shame because he has been good for us this season. Although since we've had that argument with him, he's been utter dross. I don't quite know why I'm starting him today. I think I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But anyway, it is what it is. We're going to have to get a new midfielder in the off season. It'd be nice if it was going into a championship season, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe if we get promoted, maybe he won't want to leave. That could happen. We've been all over Reading in this first half, by the way. Absolutely all over them. So many chances. XG isn't particularly great. They've just had a couple of chances now. Their XG's gone ahead of us. So we're not having the particularly best chances. We are, again, missing our main goal threat it is what it is. But we have been all over them in this first half. And in the 37th minute, this is the first highlight of the game. I'm worried about the way this game is going to go, if I'm honest with you. We've had no highlights so far. And then we get this one after we've dominated. Smells like it's going to be a Reading goal to me. Right, Bernat gets it to Fuller. Fuller looking for Bernat. Bernat running forward here as the attacking midfielder. He's going to try and get it into the box here. Gets it into the path of Scully. And Anthony Scully, with his 25th of the season, makes it 1-0. I'll eat my words very gladly on that one. We lead in the EFL Trophy final. Get in there, boys. Fuller comes in, gets it out to Bernat, who drifts out wide. Runs through. Pereira comes inside him a little bit, then thinks better of it. And Bernat just puts a cross into the box. And Scully, who again, remember, he's a winger who we're playing as a striker, who scored a lot of goals for us. He's done a very, very good job of that. A very good job indeed. It is... I don't know which colour's which there, so that doesn't really help me. I'm assuming we're yellow, which means he was onside, which is fine. Remember, I think we're still at the level where there's no VAR or anything like that. So... that's a bit of a result if it wasn't offside is what I was going to say, but I got distracted because Mitchell, who doesn't ever really play for us anymore, has gone and scored a goal and made it 2-0 from a corner. Colin Coventry with the corner, whips it in. Mitchell is there and makes it 2-0 in the 41st minute. I think it came up and said it was his first ever goal for the club as well, which is great. I mean, he is the ultimate backup for us. He does not play if everyone else is fit. He is literally the last reserve, but he's proven why he's still in and around the squad there with a cheeky goal. And that is a very, very good first half, considering we didn't have much in the way of highlights for the majority of it, which is always good to see. I'm going to tell those guys to keep on going, and we're just going to go into the second half here. This might be a very quick episode. We're very low on the highlights here, so it might be a very, very quick episode today, which is absolutely fine. We'll talk about the upcoming games and talk about what we think is going to happen in them, just to kill a bit of time, and then I'll get us to those games for the next episode. But has to say, Reading did start this half quite well, but it looks like we've kind of put things back in their place at the moment, which always good to see. Right, can we get a third just to finish things off? We will make a few substitutions here just to freshen things up for the run-in. We are 2 goals ahead. I think we can afford to do that a little bit. I'm going to bring on Aaron Henry because we know he can come on and make a difference. He's a 3-star central midfielder now, actually, which is good. Bernat is going to come off for Marcande. He's going to get some football. And I'm thinking Callum Styles as well for Ricardo Pereira, who's not had the best of games in the world. It's not Callum Styles, Stu. It's Jamie Shackleton. He's the one who plays at right back. Callum Styles can play at left back. It literally says it right there, Stu. Maybe read what your players can actually do and what they can't do. Probably a good idea. Right, we'll go back into the game and we'll see whether we can see this one through. Maybe get a third goal, as I said before. That'd be lovely. Just refresh the team a little bit. I think Callum Styles will come on. He'll come up in the on the defensive midfield position, I think, just to rest him a bit. I am thinking of Colin Coventry as well. Maybe we give him a bit of a break as well, because he's had a good game today. Delivering that set piece for the second goal was definitely a highlight, but it looks like he's done a good job anyway. Right, Reading with the ball. Again, light on the highlights today, but this is one of the first times we've seen Reading really looking to come forward. The ball through is beautiful. Stevens now with a chance, and that is a really good save by Cairns. I don't know whether it would have been going on target, but Cairns does a good job as the kind of unlikely goalkeeper of the game. I mean, again, he's the 3rd or 4th best goalkeeper at the club. We're playing him purely because we trust him more than the others, which, you know, says a lot about the others, doesn't it? Jamie Shackleton's got a yellow card already because he's an absolute madman. Right, Fuller's not had a good game. Guess what, Sunshine? You're staying on because we don't have any other options for you. Right, on comes Styles. We'll change him to a... We'll change him to a ball in midfield run defence just to give him something to do that he can actually properly do. And then Colin Coventry will come off. We'll bring Doherty on for a few minutes as the final substitution. And hopefully, just a bit of fresh legs in that engine room in the middle of the park will just see us through. I mean, we've got a fully fresh midfield completely with those changes. So I'm hoping some tired legs will reach the middle of our park and just won't be able to get through. And we've got Marcande who can just affect that defensive third for them. Looks like we're not going to get another highlight, I don't think. We're in added time here. Final minute. That has got to be it. That has got to be the trophy. Ours it is. So we win the FA Trophy in non-league with Spennymoor, and now we've won the EFL Trophy. So that is every trophy that we've been able to compete for so far, other than obviously the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, because, you know, we're at such a low level for those. But the FA Trophy, we were at a level where we were competitive for that in spending more. We've won that, and now we've just won the EFL Trophy at a level where we're competitive for that as well with Charlton. Excellent. Very happy with that. Very happy indeed. Again, I wouldn't have been so bothered, but the fact that the manager who got sacked at Charlton this season won it last season, the fact that happened made me just want to win this one. Just, you know, just make sure everyone knows what's what. Conor Coventry with a cheeky little cartwheel there. I think it was Conor Coventry. It could be Doherty because he did come on the pitch and he is the captain. But Conor Coventry... In fact, Conor Coventry isn't the vice-captain anymore. I stripped him of it. I can't remember who the vice-captain is. I should probably double-check that, really. But I did. I stripped Conor Coventry after the argument that we had of the vice-captaincy, because I just thought, there's no point keeping you, is it? There's no point whatsoever, because you're not going to be here. If you're not going to commit to us, then you're not having the armband. Simple as that. Right, well, we've actually got Reading next, which is quite an interesting one. We could beat them. We could beat them at home, I think. I think that's very much realistic. But there you go. Win it again. We've obviously only won it the first time. £100,000 in the coffers as well, which is great. The fans are worshipping us, which is good to see. Are we on the list of people yet? No, we're not. We're not. But they're worshipping us, but we're not. Apparently, we're not favoured personnel or anything of the sort, which, you know, is great. The board are happy, but we've had to pay some money out. I mean, we had 100 grand in. We've had to pay 135 to the players and the staff. So, yeah, it is what it is. By the way, Portsmouth have already secured promotion. They are guaranteed to finish in the top 2. So, it's basically all on Stockport now. Stockport, if they stuff it up, they will open the door. There's only a 4-point gap between ourselves and them at the moment. So, there is still a realistic chance we could go up via automatic promotion, which is a little bit scary to think of. Now, they're running, if you have a quick look, is Rotherham, who are currently 10th, Crewe, who are 22nd, Carlisle, who are 11th, and Huddersfield, who are 7th. So they've got 2 mid-table teams, 1 relegation threatened or relegated team, and then 1 playoff potential team. That's their running. Our running is Reading, who are a playoff team, Wrexham, who are a playoff team, Lincoln, who are lower mid-table to relegated, and Crewe, who are practically relegated. So it's interesting. There's a weird balance there. I think we've probably got the slightly harder of the runnings because we've got 2 potential playoff teams, whereas they've got 2 mid-table teams. So it is going to be interesting to see how they get on in their games and how we get on. It's interesting as well that we both have Crewe. I think that is going to be, I don't know about a decider, but that is a little interesting wrinkle. It's also an interesting wrinkle that we've got Reading after beating them in the cup final. Reading, the last time we played them, by the way, they beat us. So that was a bit of a grudge match as well. But at home, we should also be looking to beat Reading. And of course, we will have the players who we were missing. So we will have Schmid, we'll have Watts, we'll have, where is he? Josh Phillips, he'll be fit again. Fish will be fit again. We will have pretty much a full 11, a full strong squad. Maybe we're just lacking a little bit of match fitness, but we will have everyone that we need to hopefully just have that final push towards the end of the season. But that is going to do it for today's video. Again, it is a bit of a short one, which you know, it's not a bad thing to have a short video every now and then. Normally my videos are longer than they need to be because I waffle on. This one at 4, I mean, I've just looked down there. It's about 13 minutes at the moment. This doesn't need to be 13 minutes. This probably could have been wrapped up in 8, but I've just waffled on a bit too long, haven't I? So we'll go forward until the final 2 games of the season. So you will see me for the games against Lincoln and against Crewe. Lincoln, again, fun fact, they were the first team that we played when we moved to Charlton as well. So that'll be a fun little one too. But they will be the final 2 games of the season. Hopefully we'll come away from those with minimum a playoff place, which again is not guaranteed at the moment. It's looking unlikely that we'll stuff it up though. But maybe, just maybe, we might even come away with automatic promotion. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do remember to leave a like on there for me and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more as well. It will put a big smile on this face right here. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. I've slapped myself on the chest really hard there. I don't know if you heard that. But I will see you in the next video. Cheers.